Hey guys, and welcome back to TEW. If you missed the last episode, we are Classic Championship Wrestling. And if we go over our previous shows, because of course this is our local to global When I See show history. Before we jump into it, I want to say a big thank you to all the members of the channel. So thank you to Genevieve Sweet, to Chicago Fan for Life, and DJ Smitty Smooth for being members to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. And again, if you want to get 2 weeks early access to these episodes, all you have to do is press the join button today for less than $1 a month. With that being said, let's go over the shows. So we started with Buddy Matthews defeated Adriel Notice. Keith Lee and Jacob Kasper agreed that the best man would win in the tournament final for a title shot against Kevin Blackwood, in which Blackwood and Ridgeway would interrupt, and then Orton made a tag team match between the four of them. Goji Ozaki and Takumi Baba continued their tag team winning streak, defeating Facade and JJ Garrett. Silence filled the Paw Patrol office as Swoggle wasn't around to lead the department. He unfortunately had flight issues, and then Lycos Jim would come in, pretending to be Swoggle and take charge. Britt Baker and Tony Storm teamed together to defeat Ida Bradley and Hanako. Drexel gave Gia Miller the 2-week warning and location for the showdown. Valkyrie defeated Elma Jardine. The Black Death cut a promo saying that they weren't done with Lycos Jim or Paw Patrol. Ashley Flair and Thekla defeated the Horse Sisters. And then post-match, a big brawl broke out between Baker, Storm, Flair and Thekla. Pac would defeat Blanc, and Jacob Kasper and Keith Lee would defeat the tag team champions Kevin Blackwood and Chris Ridgeway. And then at CCW Survive in the pre-show, the whole of Paw Patrol would defeat Christina Von Eerie, Cody Chun, Danica Della Rouge and King Cash. In the opening match on the show, Ashley Flair defeated Britt Baker to retain the Women's World title. Shiozaki and Takumi Baba would defeat Ultrasonic, Midnight Heat and the Cook Brothers. Commissioner Orton had mystery opponents for Kevin Blackwood's World Heavyweight title and Chris Ridgway's Junior Heavyweight title to stop them from interfering in the Keith Lee and Jacob Kasper match. Uwan Nation made his debut in real life, that would be Apollo Crews, saying that he was here in CCW to win some titles and add to his accolades. Chris Ridgway defeated El Hijo del Fantasma to retain the World Junior Heavyweight title in a 79 rated match. And then it was time for the Clown Top or the Show Top, whatever the big tents are called. But the Disciples, being Drexel, Only El Bandito and Crazy Steve, defeated the Circus for the final time. The big top match, that was it. Essentially, this was a hardcore Buried Alive style match. And then post-match, Drexel buried Crazy Steve and Oni El Bandito, set the big top on flames, standing in the middle as it all collapsed down on him. Lycos Jim defeated the Black Death by sneaking a win. Britt Baker blamed Tony Storm for her loss as it was Storm that accidentally distracted her. Tony Storm would then snap back, saying that at least she helped, unlike Britt Baker who appeared at the end of Storm's title match weeks ago. Keith Lee would defeat Jacob Kasper to become number 1 contender. Post-match, they both shake hands. And then in the main event, Kevin Blackwood defended the World Heavyweight title against Jonah Rock, Josh Alexander and Tetsuya Naito in the main event. So with that all being said, let's check out some stuff. If we start with our merchandise, it's getting there. We're making a lot of money though. For example, if we come to finances, you will see we are making an absolute killing when it comes to money, especially with the popularity just going up. So essentially, we should be on track to make $1 million by the end of the year, which will be absolutely huge. Now, with that being said, you know how this goes. Any news we'll talk about, and if not, I will see you at the show. Okay, one thing I wanted to do was go over our booking team. Now, if I alter the booking team, we actually have a few people that can join. Kana can join, he's got 52. I don't know if we're keeping her around long term though. Orton has 18, interesting. Fujimoto, 73. Okay, you are getting added to the team. Excellent. What I think we want to do, unfortunately, is remove D'Lo, because he is kind of just there. Where are you, D'Lo? You're annoyed? Well, I'm going to fix that, my good sir, by giving you $3,000. Yeah, there we go. Now you're happy, aren't you? Okay, now with that being done, I think that was the only admin I had to do. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're good. Okay, so it's time for our first show of the episode. I've already given people night off, so let's do our venue, and of course, the Midwest. Finalise our broadcasters, get ourselves on everything known to man. Booking team meeting, look at that. 40, yes, that's what I need. So let's do a creative finish. For Toni Storm, excellent. Let's do a gimmick idea. And let's do a storyline idea. For Serena Deeb. Ooh, okay, we can work with that. Locker room incidents, JJ Garrett wants to hang out backstage. He's worked for us a few times, so that's fine. We did training for Ida Bradley and for Notice and Crawdad. Gia Miller and Ida Bradley were really getting on well backstage. Their good mood was infectious and lifted everyone's spirit. Love that. Thekla and Hanako have been spending a lot of time together. Many of them noticed how Hanako started acting differently as a result. Nice. Okay, cool. We have such a happy locker room. Let's team bond. So there's new tensions between Toni Storm and Chris Ridgway. They have broken up. So obviously in real life and in the game, they're exes. So that does make sense. Everyone else though, very, very happy. Okay, let's get this show booked on our joining results page. Okay, in our opening match on the show, Blanc would defeat Ariya Daivari in 10 minutes. This was designed to work the crowd to get them ready for the rest of the show. A 48 wrestling rating and a 52 segment rating. Blanc got a 46 and Daivari got a 49. We then get an in-ring promo which starts off with Chris Ridgway and Kevin Blackwood in the ring, basically just talking about how they're not going to be dethroned. Keith Lee won't stop them, no juniors are going to stop them, and they cannot be taken down by a tag team because they're just too strong as a unit. Keith Lee would obviously interrupt and tell them that time is ticking and they're just one spirit bomb away from losing everything. We then get Goji Ozaki and Takumi Baba continuing their tag team run, defeating the American Guns in 8 minutes. A 41 wrestling rating and a 50 segment rating. Baba got a 63, Shiozaki got a 30, Ethan HD got a 38, and Mike Santiago got a 34. Gia Miller is then seen backstage in what would have been the Boiler Room. The Circus and the Disciples always used to cut their promos, looking very dishevelled. She still looks at the camera and claims that one day, Classic Championship Wrestling will be her company. A segment rating of 54, that is a hell of a promo. Uar Nation makes his debut in an extremely quick squash match, defeating Adrian Notice. Uar Nation got a 60, Notice got a 28, 44 wrestling rating and a 34 segment rating. He would then cut a promo afterwards with Kathy Kelly as the interviewer, basically just saying that this is the first of many in his win streak within the company. We then get Ashley Flair and Fleckler teaming up to defeat Hanako and Ida Bradley of Prawn Patrol, a wrestling rating of 48 and a segment rating of 56. Thekla with a 61, Ashley Flair with a 65, Ida Bradley with a 17 and Hanako with a 46. We then cut to the back where the Black Death are cutting a promo with Kathy Kelly obviously as the interviewer, saying that they are sick of wasting their time on lower league wrestlers such as Prawn Patrol and Lycos Gym, so they challenge them to a 3 versus 4 no-holds-barred match at the next event. Segment rating of 48. We then see, or the camera I should say, cuts to Prawn Patrol and Lycos Gym in Commissioner Orton's office, who accept the challenge to try and vanquish the Black Death. 37 segment rating. Not the worst, not the best. Britt Baker would defeat Serena Deeb in 10 minutes. They don't have good chemistry, kind of sucks. A 51 wrestling rating and a 57 segment rating. Britt Baker got a 46 and Serena Deeb got a 56. We then have Britt Baker cut a promo in which she challenges Ashley Flair, once again for the Women's World title, which goes unanswered, but Toni Storm does come out, claiming that Britt Baker is still trying to steal all the thunder. And then in our main event, Ultrasonic would team up with Jacob Kasper and Keith Lee to defeat LSG, Chris Ridgway, Kevin Blackwood and Ricky Knight Jr. Radar would pick up the win over LSG in 14 minutes. A wrestling rating of 55 and a segment rating of 62. Radar with the 64, Sonico with the 64, Keith Lee with the 45, Jacob Kasper with the 61, Ricky Knight Jr. with the 61, Kevin Blackwood with the 50, Chris Ridgway with the 56, and LSG with the 35. And then post-match, we found Ellen Diaz, who is a rookie whose stats were okay. Got an in-ring performance of 10, not amazing. Put her in the ring against Suzu. A 39 wrestling rating, a 32 segment rating. Obviously, Suzu gets the win. So that being said, overall rating of 61, increased our popularity in 39 regions. That's huge. If we address the locker room, we will give this to... who did really well this show? Britt Baker and Tony Storm did a hell of a promos. So let's give them some praise. And Pac, because he is a whiny little bitch in this save. Was happy, seemed pleased, was pleased. Financial report, made $34,000 again. Popularity recap, so we are gaining. It's slow, but we are gaining. Okay, it is the day after the show. Let's check our finances. Almost 400,000. That's so good. We go to our merchandise. It should be on 40 now. Excellent. So that's going to increase soon as well. And hopefully this is going to boost up because, yeah, if we can keep making like thousands from our wrestlers, that's just extra money we're getting. Overall, though, I think that is everything. Okay, Luca Crespino is leaving NXT. Now, I don't really want to just bring in a bunch of old WB stars, but we do have quite an aging roster, and he's only 27, so I do think we need some younger people, and his stats aren't bad at all. Like, his stats are actually really good. And like microphone is good, charisma is good, acting is good. So I think we bring him in and we just, yeah, he'll be one of our future stars, I think. We'll bring him in as a heel. We can bring him in as Roman Masick. Sure. Okay, cool. We have Roman Masick on the team. Okay, it's time for our next episode. Next show of the episode. So, of course, going in the Northwest, I've already given people the night off. We are going to the Alaska Airlines Center. Finalise our broadcasters, you know how this goes. Get ourselves on everywhere. And booking team meeting 142. We'll save it for now. Locker room incidents. King Cash wants to know if we can use him. Sure, we'll give you a one-night deal. Make you a heel. I know who will put you in the ring against. Cody Chun wants to be used. Sure. Sam Lieutenant Cody Chun have been getting on a lot recently. Cool. I've been debating hiring Cody Chun. We've used him a lot, and he's always been really solid. I might check his age, because if he's young enough, we'll bring him in. 31. I think we'd sign him, you know. Kid Lycos and Cody Chun have been recently bonded. Okay, we're definitely bringing him in. Goji Ozaki has been passing on tips on the microphone to his protege, Takumi Baba. Excellent. There's been some talk backstage over how much Hanako has been influenced by Serena Deeb, having begun acting in a similar way. Ooh. Kathy Kelly brightened the backstage area by being so cheerful and fun to be around. We did training for Rebel Kell, G Ray and Ida Bradley, as well as Josiah and Crawdad. Cool. Address the locker room, let's medal, and let's do Hanako and Serena Deeb. I'm wondering if maybe Serena Deeb will take her on as a protege or something. Alright, well, that being said, we will get the show booked on our joining results page. Okay, in our pre-show match to warm the crowd up, we have Saya Kamitiana taking on Session Moth Martina, in which Saya would get the win. A 51 wrestling rating, 54 segment rating. Saya got a 58, Session Moth Martina got a 44. We then get our first match on the main show, in which Goji Ozaki and Takumi Baba would defeat Infamy in 8 minutes. A wrestling rating of 45, a segment rating of 52. Baba got 62, Giozaki got 25, Rossman got 55, Josiah got 40. We then get Femme Fatale defeating Alex Garcia and the Hall Sisters in a trios match. A wrestling rating of 53 and a segment rating of 58. Rebel Kell would actually pick up the win here over Alex Garcia. Seleaser Hall got 54, Bambi Hall got 62, Alex Garcia with the 45, Gigi Ray with the 40, Rebel Kell with the 51 and Kenzie Page with the 68. We then cut to the back where Commissioner Orton approaches Giozaki and Baba, who are about to be interviewed by Kathy Kelly, when he tells them that he is very, very impressed by them and he offers them a tag team title shot. Segment rating of 44. We then follow the camera as Randy Orton walks into his commissioner's office to find Thekla and Ashley Flair waiting, and he tells them that tonight it'll be Ashley Flair versus Britt Baker versus Toni Storm in a triple threat match for the women's world title. 56 segment rating. We then get Blanc defeating King Cash in 9 minutes, wrestling rating of 41, a segment rating of 44, trying to get Blanc some wins here to boost his popularity. So Blanc got a 44 and Cash got a 37. Valkyrie would defeat Shotzi Blackheart. Valkyrie with a 74 performance, holy hell. Shotzi got a 33, is rusty though, makes sense. And wrestling rating of 54 and a segment rating of 64. Ricky Knight Jr. would defeat Cody Chun in 8 minutes, a wrestling rating of 54 and a segment rating of 59. Ricky Knight Jr. with a 59 and Cody Chun with a 48. We then get the 3 versus 4 hardcore handicap match between the Black Death and Lycos Gym and Prawn Patrol, in which the Black Death would decimate the two teams. A wrestling rating of 47 and a segment rating of 53. Castagnoli got 64, Pac got 62, Buddy Matthews got 51, Crawdad with the 35, Swoggle with the 28, Lycos 2 with the 52, and Kid Lycos with the 34. Didn't think this match would be amazing because it was a hardcore match, but it actually did better than I thought. Uwan Nation would continue his win streak, defeating Penta L0M in 10 minutes. Wrestling rating of 62 and a segment rating of 69. Uwan Nation with the 56 and Penta with the 68. Post-match, once again, Uwan Nation would cut a promo saying this was win number 2. A segment rating, of 46. Then it's time for the Triple Threat Women's World Title match, in which Ashley Flair would defeat Britt Baker and Toni Storm in almost 14 minutes, which would also see Thekla run in to attack Storm and Britt to help Flair get the win. Wrestling rating 60, segment rating 68. Flair would get 69, Britt Baker would get the 52, Toni Storm with the 58. We then get Jacob Casper teaming up with Ultrasonic to defeat Ace Romero, Nate Carter and Francis Buck. This was basically just to get Ultrasonic and Jacob Casper on the card because I forgot to give them the night off. Wrestling rating of 42 and a segment rating of 52. Jacob got a 64, Sonico with the 63, Radar with the 65, Francis Back with the 3, Nate Carter with the 21, Ace Romero with the 37, holy hell. We then get a hype video for Keith Lee taking on Kevin Blackwood. And then in the main event, Kevin Blackwood would defeat Keith Lee in 8 minutes. Unfortunately, Keith Lee doesn't have the stamina for longer. Keith Lee did get a 53 and Kevin Blackwood got a 57. So overall, wrestling rating of 55 and a segment rating of 59. And that was the show. So increased our popularity in 39 reasons. Love that. Let's address the locker room and we'll give it to Pac. We will give it to all the Black Death actually, because they've all been great. Praise for a good performance, complimented, there we go. Was pleased, seemed pleased. Financial report, ooh, $72,000 profit, that's insane. Popularity recap gaining once again, that's even better. Okay, it's the day after the show. Hook has won the TNT title for the first time, good for Hook. How old is he at this point in this save? 29, nice. Xavier Woods has joined the NWA. He's now 41, damn. I would love him to retire and hire him as a colour commentator. I think he'd be so good. We're going to get him in the shortlist for that reason, you know. I could see him being a great colour commentator in the future. News-wise, Penta's gone, and we got almost 40,000 viewers. Awesome. Where is our size? Just double check. Yeah, we're slowly getting there. We need 4 more popularity now to get to medium, which is going to be sick. Okay, it's the end of the month, which means it's the end of the episode, because unfortunately I do still have these wisdom teeth issues, so episodes are still shorter. But I want to say thank you all for watching. Let's go over our finances. At the end of the month, we made almost $100,000, and we're at almost $500,000 in the bank. I think once this finances gets like as high as possible, what we'll do is I want to set up, whenever I see investments, I want to build a broadcaster. Be like internet subscription and get something like that. Obviously, we need like 10 million to do so. But I really do think that'd be the best option. Even if we went like medium for half the money and then upgraded after, I think that'd still be worth it. But yeah, that is my thought process. But that is for another episode. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please drop the episode a like. Helps us tremendously. And let us know in the comments what you think about anything. Booking ideas, tournament ideas, title ideas, signing people, all that fun stuff. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as well. We have all your wrestling needs here, whether it is more fantasy booking, TEW, other wrestling games, podcast predictions, reviews, you name it, we probably have it somewhere. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.